10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Good morning. Welcome to our special call.
Notice is hereby given that a special call meeting of the mayor and council of the city of Lewisburg is to be held on Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, at Lewisburg City Hall, 131 East Church Street at 10 a.m. The purpose of the special call will be consider and take such action as the council may deem necessary to the public interest related to the following items. We'll be discussing and reviewing and taking the following items. First, we'll have citizens' input.
Okay,
Finished.
go ahead with the, you want to continue?
Item A, discuss. We've got Mr. Patrick Marsh with MTAST here and possible action on revisiting the city manager candidates or open recruiting process interviewing with consideration of salary. Mr. Marsh.
Mr. Marsh, before you start, Councilman Burns, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something, Mayor. We'd all, I guess, offered position to another individual, which he turned it down. And as a body, we narrowed it down to 3 people. I think one person turned it down because he got another job, and another person turned it down. And for discussion purposes, and I think this would probably tell us what direction we're going to go in, I'd like to make a motion to hire Billy Spivey at the same salary, 110, as we offered the other gentleman, subject to the background check, and then discuss that, and then that would give us a direction that we want to go in.
I don't think that would be in order at this time.
I got a motion, Mayor. I'd like to get it on the floor and at least discuss it.
Is Mr. Hutto here?
No.
I don't know that that's proper when we've got an agenda and then to discuss that.
Why do you think it's not appropriate, Mayor? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be snotty or anything, but
To come to supersede the agenda with a motion before you discussed it seems out of order to me.
But we're going to discuss it if we got a second. If we don't get a second, it'll die for lack of second.
Well, in the absence of Mr. Hutto, I'll ask, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion.
I mean, I think he's the best qualified candidate at the time to bring Lewisburg forward. You know, between the job description and his resume, on paper, it may not be quite get all the dots, but the economic development person didn't have all the dots. Debbie, according to her in the job description, have the dots. One of our planning people didn't have the dots, and most of the 4 or 5 other city managers didn't meet the dots. So that's my recommendation. That's all I got to say about it. We can vote it up or down and then proceed on to whatever we need to do.
My opinion is, since he's not qualified, I'd like to hear from the other people that we had, the backups that we had. I think it was D and E. I would like to interview those because, to me personally, the interviews is a lot. It made a big difference in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just getting to hear the people speak. So I think if more people got to speak, maybe that changed somebody's mind. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that he wasn't a good candidate for the job, but he wasn't qualified as well. So I think his
Please don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
his qualifications wasn't up to speed as the first guy that we chose was. So as far as like he don't have no experience in city manager. So therefore, if that's what we're looking for, to where they don't have to have the experience, then I would like to hear from the other candidates that either that we got on this sheet, or give the opportunity, or give everybody else an opportunity to maybe apply for the job, since we trying to hire people that don't have no experience as city manager.
Councilman Burns?
No, I'd just like to bring it to a vote, and it'll set it aside, and we can go what direction we want to go in.
Well, I may-
I've had a bunch of,
I'd like, yeah, Rhonda wants to speak and I want to speak, so.
And then I
don't
want
think
to
it's-
speak too.
Yeah, I don't think it's time for a vote. Mr. Robertson?
Mark, I got the floor.
You-
Okay, I guess my question was, I keep hearing that he's not qualified. I guess I'm wondering if he's not qualified, why was he on down to number 3? Why was he on our list to begin with? And I understand he doesn't have, city manager qualifications, but I think he has qualifications, that he would be able to do the job. He has the experience to be able to do the job. Now, as far as going ahead and saying yes now, I think it's maybe a jump a little soon. I would like to hear what Patrick has to say and what options he's gonna give us. I would like to see that first before I made a decision on what I'd like to do.
Vicky?
I think we should look at the alternates that we chose. There was a reason why we chose them. In particular, I'm looking at E, where he has, he's got his certified public manager, he's got a master's of public administration, and he's been on an economic development team. And if you look at his qualifications, I want to hear obviously what Mr. Marsh says, but I think we ought to expand it even if it's by Zoom. We picked those 2 alternates for a reason.
Well, neither one of them have held the position of a city manager either. So just want to point that out.
Right, no, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Oh, I thought you had Linda.
No, Linda wanted to
Oh,
talk.
Linda?
Basically.
I'm sorry.
Well, my feelings are hurt, Mayor. I'm kidding. No, basically, candidate E has a lot of certifications on paper and looks real good. He was a wastewater plant manager.
Right.
He was never a city manager.
Yeah, he
So-
came out of public, is he the one that came out of?
He's from White House, Tennessee.
Yeah, he came out of the public streets evaluation too.
Yeah, so
Main
I'm-
Street, stormwater.
And D has not been a city manager either. Neither one of those 2 excited me to the point where I care much about interviewing. Of course, I will sit and listen if y'all bring them in,
Right.
but I wasn't that excited about their specific experience.
Anybody else?
So do you have
Go
a
ahead.
solution?
My option right now, as I see it, we have 2 choices. Well, actually, we have 3. You can go and pull some people out of this list that we previously didn't select. There may be somebody you want to bring in. Or we could go with the one remaining candidate of the 3, or we could start from square one, and that's going to cost us about 3 months.
Yeah, that's why I keep leaning toward just Zoom and D and E just to see what they're, because I get so much out of listening to somebody talk and seeing their facial expressions, and I don't think we have the 60 days
And
or
I
the
do as
90
well.
days.
Yeah, I really don't want to go back to
No,
square
I don't,
one.
I agree with that. I just think we ought to we've got 15 resumes here.
And there were, we had the other guy, the Murray County guy that we were willing to talk to,
Sure.
and of course he texted at the very moment he was supposed to be walking in the front door for his interview, which was disappointing. The other ones, I think there's a reason we didn't choose them, and I'm afraid that there's just not, one doesn't jump out and grab me. Let's just
I
put it
agree,
that
that's
way.
why I wanted to interview
Yeah.
them, to see what they what they
Yeah.
present, how their presentation is.
And if you wanted to do that, of course, I would sit and listen and have an open mind. If we don't want to go that route, then I would support making an offer to Mr. Spivey at this time. Okay, I'm done now.
Further discussion?
Do you want Mr. Marsh to speak?
Yes, I was a little caught, I've never been ambushed like this before.
You're not ambushed, Mayor.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I have the floor, sir.
Well, don't
I
start
have
accu-
the floor.
Don't start accusing me of stuff.
You did not make any attempt to tell me what you wanted.
I did
You
right
just
before
said
the
you
meeting,
wanted to make a comment
and I did.
that was, and without regard to the agenda that we had, that we gathered all these people here. And I promise you that won't happen again. Mr. Marsh?
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, thanks for having me again. Sorry that we're in this position. I didn't think we would be when I left last week. My job is to give you recommendations moving forward. Like you already pointed out, I think there are three options. One is to continue to interview existing candidates that we had in the pool. Two is to start fresh, and the other is to hire the runner-up candidate of the two that were interviewed last week.
Excuse me.
Let me tell you why I don't like the idea of interviewing people that were in the pool. First of all, I know they've been overlooked. That probably puts a bit of a sour taste in their mouth. And I've already notified them that they weren't selected. Once we had the accepted offer.
Could you speak a little louder, please?
I have a bad voice, Mayor. This is about as much as I can speak. I can use a microphone. I have a
Gina's getting
paralyzed
the
larynx.
microphone.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I have a medical condition. I can't speak very
I
loud.
understand.
I don't think that's a viable option, but it's an option.
Repeat that, please, because I didn't hear it very well.
The existing candidates that had applied prior to the deadline, they've all been notified that they were not selected for an interview nor for the position.
Okay.
So I believe that's going to sway their interest a little bit, and I may be wrong. Secondly, I believe that you're going to get the best chance of a better pool if you go out again and start over. I know it's more time, but I believe you want to make the correct decision here. Not that Mr. Spivey isn't qualified in government, but he does not have local government experience. He does not have city management experience. He has experience of an elected official, which all of you know is very different than working in City Hall day to day. So my recommendation is to start from square one and give it 30 days and leave it open until filled.
So we can't interview any of the others that were on the initial?
I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying that I don't know if there'd be any interest. I can contact the rest of the list if you wish and proceed from there. But of the candidates, I believe, that weren't interviewed, there might have been 2 or 3 that could be qualified.
Okay, further
But if
questions for Mr. Marsh?
we started over and put it back out there, those candidates could reapply.
Yeah, anybody can reapply.
Addition,
I don't know what it take. Is it 30, 90 days y'all talking about? 30 days?
To put it back out
there
to
Put it back out.
It'd be 30 days to do it, and then we had to expand it 30 more days. So it turned out to be 60 the first time.
Yeah, I would say the time, if we started today over, I would say the timeline is well within that 60 to 90 day period that was mentioned earlier.
any more questions? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Robertson?
Can you read the motion again, please?
Yes. Motion to hire Billy Spivey at $110,000, subject to a background check.
As everybody is.
Yes. I'm just making sure you agree that was your motion. All right. Are we ready? Okay.
Well, I got a question with the 110. If that was to go through, who's gonna give somebody with experience 110 and give somebody without experience 110? That ain't making sense to me. If you was to fall through on the 110, I don't wanna agree with the 110. I think that's something we should negotiate, we should sit down and talk about first too.
What was the range that we posted?
90 to
90 to
120.
120.
90 to 120?
Further discussion? We have to vote it on as the motion's made unless the motion's withdrawn. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Robertson?
No.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Michael?
No.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
No.
Motion failed.
Okay, what are we allowed to speak to now? How are we going to proceed?
Now you can go back on the floor, and if y'all want to put it back out there 30 days, or if you want to select from the pool that's already, or, but Mr. Marsh's recommendation is,
How many were in the pool?
15.
Are we talking about the
15?
five?
It was
or-
15.
it was 15.
In the neighborhood of 15.
Okay,
I would like to relook the salary,
Like to what, Nikki? I'm sorry.
relook at the salary. Because I think the pay should be tied to experience and qualifications.
okay.
And also, like, we've been giving jobs to department heads first, like, well, giving them opportunity first. Why didn't we do that with the city managers? Since the experience is, as being a city manager, don't have to be there. Is that a problem?
You talking about an in-house?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Do you have anybody in mind?
I don't, but I'm just, I mean, I don't have nobody in mind.
Was anybody in-house interested?
I don't know.
They had the option to apply then. Well, you said like you said, you do it first.
Well, those qualifications might have stopped somebody.
Yeah,
from-
the
Yeah, that's
qualifications.
what I'm, that's, yeah,
Qualifications.
that part, so,
I mean, it would have stopped me,
yeah.
so. We could do that. I just think with the minimum qualifications, we should offer the minimum salary.
Well, isn't there a clause we sometimes say, depending upon experience, that it's negotiable above
Right.
90,000?
Well, yeah, the salary is a range, so it's negotiable.
Depending on, we didn't have that wording in, did we?
Are we still discussing, Mayor?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Do
I
you-
think just the fact that we had a range, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No, go
interrupt
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
Just the fact that we had a range indicates that we're open to negotiation and, you know, basically what we feel about the candidate, so.
Vicky, would you have a person in mind at a lower salary?
Oh, Mr. Spivey, yes. I don't think we can afford another 90 days.
I don't either.
I don't even.
And obviously, from the accounting standpoint, that was always my concern. He's run a company before, and he's got good qualifications, but, you know, I'm so strong in accounting and budgeting and grants, and all the money part of it bothers me. But I think at this point, it's the best candidate we have.
Would it be appropriate if, I don't know, council evaluate them or whoever in a year?
Well, I hope we always do that. I hope we
Yeah, I don't-
always look at evaluate, you
I
know,
don't
we
know that
evaluate him
the
every
council has
meeting.
anything in place right now that would do that, but I'm not opposed to that.
Well, he's got a lot of good experience,
Correct.
business-wise. I would be willing to support 100,000, maybe not the same as we would of the gentleman that had the 6 years of city manager experience. You know, I really like that. So, you know, we offered him 110. I think he's got more qualifications than the bottom of the barrel, let's put it that way.
No, I agree. I
So
agree with that.
I would support 100,
So,
if anybody would go along with that.
so I want to make sure I'm understanding it right. We're thinking about offering to Mr. Spivey at a lower
At a
salary.
lower
Okay.
salary.
I would be,
Could you go 100, Ronald?
you sound like you're auctioneer now.
Well, I have 100.
Yeah, I would agree to the 100.
Vicky, could you go that?
Yes.
Shannon, could you go that?
I'm not agreeing with none of what y'all talking about. I wanna go by what we hired this man to do and get his opinion. That's the opinion I wanna ride with, or like I said, open it up to the department heads, at least give them opportunity since the experience part is not a big factor. So I would like to see that for at least a week first, and maybe one of them will step up. I mean, I can name a few people, but I don't know if they would apply for the job. I mean, I haven't talked to them. I think Scott would be a good one. I think Gina would be an excellent one, if you want to be honest. Who else down there? I even think Brandon a good one. All three of
But
them.
we have lots of qualified
Yeah, they
employees, that's
right.
true.
And they show that they top of the line. They good people all the way around. And I just think for at least a week maybe, and if that don't pan out, then if that's what y'all want to do offer the job to somebody, because nobody's stepping up to the challenge to see, then we can go from there.
I'd be prepared to make a motion to offer this position of city manager to Mr. Spivey for $100,000, given a successful background check.
Motion, was there a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion?
Could we wait the 5 days to see if somebody internal wants it?
I'm not sure anybody internal has the level of business experience that Mr. Spivey has.
Okay, I would agree with that. All right.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Robertson,
Aye.
Councilman Thomas,
Aye.
Councilman Michael,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher.
No.
Passes.
What's the next item, please?
Next item, B, interview and consider interim city treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh.
Interview and consider interim city treasurer Debbie Montgomery for city treasurer position and determine salary.
Okay, is there a motion on that?
Yeah, Mayor, I think, can you open it up to questions for her too? Like we interviewed, I've got some questions. I don't know if
Yes, it
anybody-
would be questions from the council because she has pretty much met all of the city treasurer's requirements. So any outside questions for y'all
Would this be appropriate
concerning?
before we made a motion?
She can, no, she can step up. It's discussion too, if you want to go ahead.
Debbie?
Does anybody got any questions? I don't mind going last.
Read,
You'll
read
make-
the, what's on the agenda.
Well, first, interview, and that's the questions, and then after, consider interim city treasurer Debbie Montgomery for city treasurer position and determine salary. So, anybody?
Okay, so we're going to question Debbie.
Interview.
What was, I think you've discussed salary before, haven't you, Debbie?
I would like to take the questions first, if we could, from the council.
Okay.
And let you make the decision if we need to discuss the salary.
Questions for Debbie?
Not been on the position.
Questions for Debbie?
I don't have any questions. I talk to Debbie every single day, so anything I've ever needed to know about a city treasurer, I've already picked her brain on.
Yeah, I hadn't, but, well, Mayor, if I could, budget and fiscal management. How would you ensure that funds are spent within the city's budget?
On any given month, we reconcile bank statements, accounts, produce financial statements to our departments monthly. They, in turn, use those financial statements to spend their budget that's been passed by the council. So maintaining accurate records, getting the information out to our departments and supporting those departments in maintaining within the lines of that budget. So that is a monthly task. And that would be how we do it, and that's the way we've always done it, and I would maintain that, of course.
Just because we've always done it, are you willing to see change that you see needs to
Yes.
occur?
Yeah, I'm not a firm believer in doing something just because someone else done it that way. I'm a firm believer in following the rules and our policies and our accounting rules as to audit and to GASB rules. Finance is set with a lot of rules, and if you follow within those rules that's set forth by the state, our audit and our council, then that's what I will follow.
Could you tell us a time when your financial decisions or co-decisions resulted in cost savings for the city?
Well, one particular time, and I can say that this is something that I did as the first interim treasurer stint that I did, was I invested our money into local government investment pool. We have collected so much revenue off of just the interest on that particular thing. That was, I could go back and get the number, but I know it's hundreds of thousands. Also, at the same time, I implemented TCRS as an interim treasurer. That is hopefully a savings in attracting employees. Also implemented a 401k for our employees. We don't match 401k, But that might be something in the future if we could look at, if there's a way to help maintain our staff. Those are all cost savings to me.
Describe a time you had to make a difficult financial decision.
At the beginning of every budget cycle, before we start collecting property taxes, there's always this period of time where we're gonna tell departments no. If it's not an essential, item for essential services to our citizens, we might put that off. We start collecting mainly the taxes in, February is the last month of October. Until we hit those October tax collections, cash flow is always a problem, and we want to make sure that we can cover the bills for the essential services before digging into a lot of capital, unless we have grant money, and we do have a lot of grant money. So that would be decisions I'd have to make and telling people, no, you can't purchase that at the very beginning of a budget cycle.
If you found something that was inappropriate or illegal or fund-related, would you report it directly to the city council ASAP?
Of course. I would also say that I am bound by the oath that I take to report that also to the comptroller's office, our city council, our mayor, our city manager, of course. All that would happen within a very short period of time. And sometimes there might be something, even if I notice something inappropriate, I'll be asked every year by the auditor, have you witnessed any mishandling of funds? I am bound by law to give that information truthfully. And if anybody knows me, I will not do anything that is against any of those rules, not intentionally. If I do something, it'll be by mistake, but I hold integrity as the highest personality trait you have in finance. You don't have transparency and integrity.
And as you know, well aware of, you're hired by the city council.
Yes.
And the city council is, hires or fires. And you work with the city manager day to day.
Yes.
But you work for the city manager. I mean the city council, but you know what I'm saying,
I
right?
understand.
You understand that? Okay.
Do you want me to speak on that, or you wish just?
No, I just see if you got an understanding of that. The thing went out here. I think I got about one more. I think that's about it. Let me check.
Additional questions?
Hold on, Mayor, I'm checking. Yeah, I think I'm good.
You can
Thank
always ask me any questions.
Yeah, I know I can. Thank you.
Additional questions?
May I ask a question?
Certainly.
Given the posting for the job treasurer and given my resume of 30-something plus years of accounting experience with 8 years of service to the city of Lewisburg, with the combination of an associate's business degree with the number of years of experience, what is missing from my resume that doesn't meet the full qualifications for the position? I want to self-reflect and make sure that for what I'm applying for, that I do have the qualifications beyond anything necessary.
Did someone say you didn't have?
I'm just, is there anything in my resume or background that gives you hesitation?
No, I think what I'm referring to, to answer your.
Connecting the dots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm referring to is Shannon and everybody says, this applicant on paper, where it's a 4-year college or a master's degree or whatever, I'm not speaking for you, but tell me if you're correct. Paper, the qualifications, she may have more qualifications, but it may not reflect it on the job description. And I was responding to yours about the city manager, same as Debbie, same as economic development, same as former planning people. I think what I was referring to is, does the paper match qualification that Shannon brought up? That's what I was referring to. Nothing negative towards
I just
you.
wanted to make sure if there
Yeah,
was
no.
something missing in that,
No.
either I self-correct or,
No.
maybe I'm missing
No.
out a thought. I
No,
couldn't
no.
figure out justified.
No, paper the qualifications, I think. That's what was all, that's all that I was talking
I
about.
understand.
The only thing that I will point out, and I'm not saying it's an issue with me, don't misunderstand.
That's all
I mean, you've got a lot of great experience. We did ask for a Bachelor of Business Administration in accounting, finance, or closely related field, master's degree preferred.
Yes.
That was in the
The-
job description.
Also, if I understand correctly, it's in the past, any combination of experience and education. So
Correct.
like in most business settings, 3 years of experience will account for a number of months or a year of education. I can say that we could go look at a Bachelor of Accounting person and they won't be able to come in and do that.
Understand.
But I'd still,
And I have made those exceptions in my business roles
yes.
as such, because sometimes the experience can be more valuable than the education, if it's specific enough.
I
So
agree with your
I was
question.
just pointing it
That's
out.
okay.
So,
And Debbie, like I say, in summary, I was responding to another council person. So where it's you, where it's the city manager, where it's economic development, or it's a former city manager down the line, I don't think the paper matches experience anyway. So it was not negative towards you, it was grouping, a grouping.
And I agree, interviews win jobs. You can put anything on a piece of paper, but conversations, that's where I've gotten a lot of jobs, but having conversations with people.
You,
It's harder to put it in words on paper than to.
yeah, you've answered all my questions, and I appreciate you stepping up and wanting to take this endeavor on. I appreciate it.
I think it's time, right?
I think it's time. I do.
Further questions?
none for me.
Do we want to discuss salary?
Salaries too.
Yes.
What's our range?
Debbie?
It was, I believe we said 80 to 100,000.
And what were you requesting?
Well, I would like to speak to that because I've studied this. This is not what I like to discuss, especially, I can tell you how I can do the job all day, but salary is more difficult discussion for me. But that being said, though, I will justify the salary that I'm going to ask for, and then it'll be up to you guys whether that's acceptable or not, and then we can discuss it if that's okay. So,
Yes, go ahead.
considering the city treasurer position, and it no longer being an interim position, I become fully responsible for all financials for the city of Lewisburg. That's not the same as being an interim. What comes with me wanting the job or accepting the job would be stability. I've had 4 treasurers. I'm gonna be here a while. This is my last job. I'm hopefully get 6 years. Tommy thinks maybe I can get 10, but I don't know if I can get 10, but I know I can get at least 6. So there comes some continuity and that goes along with doing this job. And I think we need that because it's almost like we go back to reset. So when I say what I think the salary should be, understand that I think this is a great responsibility and it is a fair ask. I'm giving you a commitment. And if I'm open to discussion, but I do have my reasons, and I'd like to give you the reasons before I give you the amount.
Okay,
Like I said, commitment to the city. I'm already CMFO certified. That is required by law. So if we did hire someone who did not have that certification, that's a 12-month stint to get that. I've had that pretty much since I came into this building. I started those classes 3 days after, and the very first one was an accounting class. There's usually about 6 or 7 of them down in a year. But I've been with the city 8 years. I've been involved closely with all the financial reporting, the audit prep, you name it. I've done it since I've done the interim 3. This is my 3rd time. So, not to mention the grant management, staying in compliance with GASB rules. Those change all the time. This requires full financial oversight. We're talking audits, debt management, investments, two pension plans, GCRS and our One America. Financial reporting to you guys with that transparency and being open and reporting. Cash flow, y'all know is very important. I watch cash flow every day. Even when Alan was here, we watched that, you know, because we want to maintain that, but we also want to keep our money in investments. We don't want to move that money, we want to make money. This also includes, like I said, it's the full oversight for all our financial health. Office manager duties, this position supervises the staff, the office, is it covered continuously? Christie up front with accounts payable, payroll, all those things. So that's a part of this deal. And like I said, the stability and the continuity of the office. You can't continue to have restarts every time someone leaves. We make no progress. We're always going back to start. So I bring that to you for at least the next 6 years.
I call that bit, you being the glue that has held this all together through all these years.
It's a cost savings. You don't have to go out and put this out there for application. You don't have to pay to do those things. And I have a strong commitment to the city of Lewisburg. I know you guys know I moved just outside the county line. My heart still lives here. I still work here. I still spend my money here. And the only reason I'm not in Marshall County is I couldn't find land that I could afford. It does not have anything to do. I was born and raised here. Still committed to that. So considering all of that, the responsibility, the certification that's required, the office management duties, I respectfully request a salary of $95,000 a year, which is within the range that you set forth. It's not the top of the range. And if there's any questions, I'll take them. If there's any concerns, if there's any reasons why you think that's not warranted, I would like to address those also.
Okay, additional questions of Debbie? Okay, General, do we want to discuss further, or do we want a motion?
What were we paying Mr. Owens? Were we paying him 86?
No, we were paying him
88.
93.
How much?
I thought it was 88.
Well,
wouldn't- he wouldn't make it 93.
I don't know.
Debbie, do you know?
Well, I think we started him at.
We
and then-
started him at 80.
Okay, at 80, okay.
I can speak to that if you'd like.
Go ahead.
Mr. Owens was grossly underpaid. He didn't realize that until he accepted that salary. He did not realize how hands-on this job is. We have to make an entry for everything into our general ledger. And that is one of the things I'd like to work on if I become treasurer.
And that would be manually, make that
We
entry.
manually enter key everything.
Yep.
And it is time consuming and it's a lot of work. He had not done that kind of work for a lot of years, his wife told me. And, so the amount of work is so much greater than you ever, not counting the number of times you're gonna be interrupted or something bad, you know, it's always constant. The finance office is a central part of everything in this city. And it's very important, so I take that seriously. So that is why I feel where I put that range, and I thought about it a lot. It's comparable to local, you know, it's not crazy, and, but Mr. Owens felt, as we discussed, didn't have anything to do with him leaving, by the way. He was a great person to work with, but, he was underpaid for what he did.
What was it making, Debbie? Did we say 86 something?
88.
It's in the mid-80s.
Yeah.
I'd have to
It was
look, but I-
I've
88,000.
got it in the
Okay,
truck,
I
but I
didn't write it
didn't bring it.
down because I wasn't gonna compare what I do. to what
How much
Mr.
you
Owens
say?
did.
It was 88,000.
You
80, I
sure?
think it
Well,
was,
we need to know
I
for
can
sure.
call Miss Betty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's,
yeah, it was 88,000 and
while we're
something.
doing that, Debbie, you're making 89 right now for doing 2 jobs, right?
Yes.
While we're talking about that, just killing time here a minute, what would be your plan to hire somebody to replace you?
I would love to find somebody that had some experience in governmental accounting. It's probably one of the hardest things for me to actually want to leave that office because we need grant experience. We have a lot of grants, and at any given time, we could have 20 grants at one time. some form, some part of the stage of that. And the accounting and finance part is really supposed to be larger even than the grants, but it's just a lot. So
It's 88.
post, find somebody maybe who has that experience. If there's somebody internally that would be interested that has some experience in that, it would take probably at least a year to get somebody acclimated to the whole cycle
Yeah,
of what goes on in that office.
And you'd want them to get their CFO also.
Yes,
Okay,
we'd like to
thank
see them get the CMFO as a backup. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere unless something happens to my health. This is gonna be my retirement job, so.
Thank you.
It was $86,278.40.
Okay, any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'm thinking.
We've got to agree on the salary, but we.
Well,
I think we,
I don't have a problem with the 95 due to the fact that our potential city manager is lacking in that area of expertise, and that would cause me to want to depend on Debbie that much more to watch the funds. We're a service organization, and our funds, as we're learned in the past from past city managers, our funds have got to have a thumb on it. We've got to have somebody experienced that understands it, has been working with it, and I don't think quibbling over a couple of $1,000s is what we need to do here.
You want to make the motion?
Sure. I would, well, anybody else have something to say? I'll make the motion to hire Debbie Montgomery as full-time city manager at the salary of
City
treasurer.
Hey, I didn't apply for that.
At the salary of $95,000.
And I'll second that.
motion is made by Vicky, second by Linda. Is there further discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment, Mayor. And Jenny, you're going to stream this so the public view. And
I'll get Christie, it'll go on YouTube.
yeah, that's okay. I just want to make sure everybody knows that we did post this internally. And we had no one internally to apply.
Nobody.
But Debbie, so we.
That's
we-
it.
We did do that. We
Yes.
met the deadline and what we need to do to post it
Yes, sir.
internally, correct?
We did. We
Okay.
offered it to everybody in the city of Lewisburg.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Further questions? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Robertson,
Aye.
Councilman Thomas,
Aye.
Councilman Michael,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye?
Councilman Crutcher.
Thank you.
Passed.
Congratulations. I'd like to say thank you, and, you know, I think it was time for me to step up and have some, you know, I could probably went on and retired and had a treasurer every couple of years and had 3 more, but, that's not how I see we should be doing things, so I hope that y'all know you can trust that I'll do the best job, and if there's something I'm unsure about, I think I will go get the right education or whatever it is I need to know to make the best decision, because I think that's what you're supposed to do. So I appreciate
I
the
repeat,
confidence y'all put in me, and I won't disappoint.
I repeat, you have been the glue that has held us together financially over these last several years through many difficult times. And again, congratulations and thank you.
I do have a question. We didn't address when Mr. Spivey
I
is
know.
going to
I was
start.
that was going to be my next thing, was to
And-
call him up and offer him the job, and now he's,
But he's right there. What- have you
no,
got
he
his
left.
number?
They left.
Also,
They just now left.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the date, when is my position?
Oh,
again as
effective?
Treasurer.
Can it start the first after this payroll? I mean, it'll start, can we backdate it to Monday because it started a new payroll? Is that okay? It's just Tuesday.
When's the next payroll?
It'll
2
be
weeks.
2 weeks
Oh,
from
okay.
now. So if we can backdate it starting tomorrow?
I'm for backdating.
Is
That's
that okay?
fine.
One
Yeah.
day only? Okay, let me see if I can catch Mr. Spivey.
well, just a minute. You're right. We didn't give a start date.
No, no.
And have we, let's discuss that.
Okay. With the city
Don't we need him?
manager?
Which
Just
one are we
which-
working?
Yeah,
City
which
manager.
start date?
City manager.
Okay.
Well, try to call him and see, like we did the other guy right here when we're all here as a group.
Yes.
Can we go down and try to catch him? You gonna get
I'm gonna call him right now. I got his number right here.
Maybe you don't want to, man, out.
He may
They
say
may
no.
find- that's right.
He may say no.
He may
It's
make
a
our
big
decision
assumption.
for us.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
y'all.
Thanks for
Good
stepping
luck,
up,
have
Debbie.
fun.
Y'all don't need me anymore. I'm going.
Well, again, I expressed my concern that we don't send Barbara out the door tomorrow.
Well,
Debbie,
that's-
could you
I
go
wrote
look
that
in the
down.
parking lot? He's
Mr.
not
Spivey will
answering.
require a little bit more help. than
Well,
the
I
other
think we
guy
already
would.
have that in place with 120 hours, right?
I think so. And, you know, we need to depend on him to tell us how much he needs to.
I think it'll be up to him to decide how much or how less, and
I don't know what he drives.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think that Cadillac's Ronnie's. That Cadillac's Ronnie's wife's.
Just a minute. Siri, call Billy Spivey.
Calling Billy Spivey iPhone.
Spivey.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
He's driving. He's not gonna be able to
Well,
pick up.
we'll just let, if that's all right with everybody, Gina
I'll call
handle
him.
that contacting,
Call him.
do the letter, background search, and
Well,
Gina will be the point person.
Well, that's not,
we can ask him if
it
he'll
can't be
accept the
tomorrow
job.
if we're gonna have a background
I
check.
would like to at least do a week for the background
That's fine.
check.
That's fine.
It
No,
needs
no,
to be,
that's fine.
is that
That's
okay?
fine. That, I have
Okay.
no problem with it.
Okay. That will work. That's all I had, was just the start date.
And then Barbara, we're gonna count on you to let us know if you think Billy's up and running after 120 days. Or hours, hours.
That's okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
I'll
We
call
figure
him.
he's driving, that's why he can't answer.
Uh,
Ooh, you got out.
This time, we need to have a signed acceptance forthwith before we do anything else.
I mean, we did that with Mr. Collins. I sent it that day, but
Has he done an application too and all that?
no, I'll get him to come in and get the application, and I'll have to get his social and date of birth and,
And you'll do the lettering, sign the letter.
and
like-
Scott and him will.
Like the mayor suggested.
Yes, and I did that with Mr. Collins too. He just did not, he declined. I sent it that day. So,
Well, I have one comment about that gentleman,
Which gentleman?
the one that turned us down,
Oh.
accepted.
Yeah.
Did we really need someone who can't keep their word?
Well,
No. And I'm just asking, is he even employed down there?
from what I.
His resume, he's the
He was
finance
a
administrator of
finance-
his
Mobile.
resume says
Yes.
it, but you know what? The more I think about it, how was he gonna be able to get up here on Monday?
Well, I Googled him, and he's also got that,
Consulting.
consulting
Right,
thing,
but
so.
he said he was employed, and I would hope that MTS, part of their vetting
Was
process
to
is to
check it,
validate
yeah.
what he says on his
When you Google him,
resume.
when you Google him, what you get is that he is employed by the city of Mobile.
It is?
Yeah,
Because I looked at their website and I couldn't find his name. so.
yeah.
It just seemed odd to me when we talked to him last week, you know, and he said, oh, I can come Monday, and I thought, Monday, you would go in and give your 2-week notice. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm
typically,
with it.
when you get another job.
Mm-hmm.
So I wondered how he was gonna make that happen, but, you know,
I don't have a clue.
I don't know. And now it's a moot point, so.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Do we need to adjourn, Mayor?
Well,
What we waiting on?
let's try one more time
Okay.
to call him.
I wish he hadn't left.
It was hard.
Siri, call Billy Spivey.
There was a letter up
Calling
here,
Billy Spivey
and it's got a
iPhone.
map on the back.
Yes.
Just keep it up here for y'all tonight. It's
Okay.
been, Clint updated this letter, correct, Mr. Burns?
Attention.
This is Billy.
Billy, this is Jim Bingham.
Hey, Mayor.
I guess you know what transpired, and we are officially offering you that position at a salary of what?
100,000, is that?
was it 100,000?
Yes, sir.
At $100,000, subject to a background check, which I know won't be a problem, but that'll at least take a week. So, number one, do you accept? And number two, when do you wish to start?
Well, it sounds like it would have to be at least a week. I need to speak with my wife and see that she is in the know and agreeable, and I'll have to call you back. Is that okay?
All right, well, just, do you have my, I think you have my cell number.
I didn't look to see if it was on my caller ID. When the phone rang just now, we're actually walking into a family meeting regarding a brother. And,
Yeah, then,
it'll be a few hours, but I'm almost certain I've got your cell number in my phone.
okay, you can always call City Hall.
Okay.
All right,
Very good.
thank you, and
All right,
congratulations,
thanks,
bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'll text him and tell him.
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. We stand adjourned.